probably heard that the next Ford F-150 will be built using revolutionary new aluminum bodywork that'll reduce the weight of the truck.
Truck values are crashing harder than anyone predicted, and the models you thought were untouchable are now selling for pocket change. A sudden wave of price cuts, stalled demand, and record-high inventory has sent the pickup market into a freefall. But here's the twist almost nobody is talking about. The biggest winners in this crash aren't dealers or manufacturers. They're people like you, the buyers who finally have the upper hand. So, which trucks just fell below value? Why did this collapse hit so suddenly? And who stands to gain the most if they act now? Because once you understand what's happening, you'll realize opportunities this good rarely come twice. Ford F-150 XLT. The reason it made the list is simple and impossible to ignore. The most widely owned pickup truck in the entire United States of America, a machine that once commanded premium pricing even in rough market cycles, is now selling for the kind of modest used vehicle money that everyday families can finally justify. For years, buyers watched half-ton trucks march upward in price, while wages and affordability stalled. Yet today, this specific trim of the Ford F-150 has stumbled into a pricing freefall that few believed would ever happen. The Ford F-150 XLT has long been known as the balanced choice, offering enough comfort and capability to satisfy daily drivers, experienced haulers, and weekend towers without forcing them into the expensive luxury territory of the higher trims. Historically, the XLT provided straightforward technology, a clean cabin layout, and powertrain options that earned reputations for longevity. Whether equipped with the trusted, naturally aspirated 5.0-liter 8-cylinder engine or the well-proven turbocharged EcoBoost 6-cylinder, the truck delivered dependable power and practical efficiency. It developed a loyal following because owners could rely on it for many years without worrying about excessive repair bills or hard-to-find replacement components. During the truck market surge, XLT models were routinely advertised at prices that pushed well into the mid-$40,000 range, even for used examples with noticeable miles on them. Shoppers often had no choice but to accept inflated pricing or walk away entirely. Now that the bubble has finally weakened, those same lightly used trucks are falling sharply into the low $20,000 bracket, making them dramatically more accessible than they have been in more than a decade. For buyers who hesitated during the overpriced years, this moment represents an unexpected second chance. The truck that once sat proudly between budget fleet trims and high-end luxury editions has suddenly become one of the strongest deals on the used market. Anyone searching for a reliable, parts-friendly, mechanically straightforward full-size pickup can now bring home an XLT without stretching into luxury tier payments. What once required financial sacrifice is suddenly attainable for ordinary working families, retired owners looking to downsize costs, and first-time truck buyers wanting a proven platform. If the idea of America's best-selling truck dropping this far seems dramatic, the upcoming entry demonstrates that pricing slides can move even faster and hit even harder. Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT. A wave of returning trade-ins and stalled demand has slammed dealerships nationwide, creating an unexpected glut of used inventory across the United States of America. General Motors retailers are loaded with previously owned Chevrolet Silverado 1500 trucks, and the pressure to move them has created some of the most aggressive pricing strategies seen in years. These trucks, once positioned as dependable staples with healthy resale strength, are now being discounted with unusual urgency as dealers attempt to regain control of crowded lots and rapidly shifting consumer demand. The LT trim has always represented the heart of the Silverado lineup. It offers comfort elevated above the base models, respectable towing and hauling confidence, and a balance of features that appeal to everyday drivers who want capability without drifting into upper-tier luxury pricing. Historically, the LT spec provided upgraded cabin materials, more refined technology, and a smoother overall driving character, making it a favorite among workers, families, and long-distance travelers alike. It earned a reputation as the do-everything trim, never too basic, never too extravagant. However, the current correction in the truck market has pushed used LT examples into territory that would have seemed impossible only a few short years ago. New model incentives, corporate-level pricing adjustments, and a wave of trade-ins from buyers chasing refreshed designs have combined to force used prices downward at remarkable speed. Trucks that once carried window stickers approaching $50,000 are now selling for a little over half that amount, shocking buyers who watched prices soar unchecked for so long. This dramatic drop has placed the LT trim squarely in the spotlight as one of the strongest values available for shoppers wanting a dependable truck without stretching their finances. For anyone seeking a modern, comfortable, and well-equipped vehicle with broad capability, the Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT has become an unexpectedly accessible choice. But Chevrolet is not the only manufacturer wrestling with swollen inventories and weakening resale strength. Our next entry is falling even faster, revealing just how rapidly the pickup market is shifting. If you're finding this breakdown useful, make sure you like the video and subscribe so you don't miss the next wave of price shifts. Share your thoughts as you watch, because your perspective helps guide which trucks we analyze next. Ram 1500 Bighorn. The reason it made the list is rooted in its unusual position within the full-size pickup landscape. The Bighorn trim delivers the comfort, technology, and capability that modern truck shoppers consistently request. Yet it avoids the inflated pricing normally attached to upper-tier luxury editions. For years, this balance made the Bighorn the quiet hero of the lineup, attracting buyers who wanted premium practicality without stepping into high-payment territory. Now that market forces have shifted, the same strengths that once fueled its popularity are driving its used prices downward in ways few predicted, creating an unexpected opening for budget-conscious shoppers. During the unprecedented demand surge of the past several years, Ram produced enormous quantities of the Bighorn trim to satisfy buyers who needed trucks for work, travel, towing, and daily driving. Fleet managers, construction crews, retirees, and first-time truck owners all gravitated toward the Bighorn because it felt refined without being excessive. That massive production run, which once seemed like a smart and profitable strategy, has now collided with a cooling market and a wave of trade-ins triggered by refreshed models, attractive new incentives, and shifting buyer preferences. As a result, a flood of Bighorn trucks is arriving on the used market simultaneously, overwhelming dealers and forcing rapid, deep price adjustments that were unthinkable only a short time ago. The Bighorn's smooth-riding suspension, quiet interior, and strong, naturally aspirated Hemi 8-cylinder engine have long made it a favorite among owners who value comfort and reliability. Yet even these well-established strengths cannot shield it from the harsh impact of oversupply. Dealers are pricing these trucks aggressively, sometimes more aggressively than comparable trims from competing brands, simply because inventory space is limited and turnover is essential to maintain profitability. For buyers, this creates a rare opportunity to secure a well-equipped, comfortable, and capable half-ton truck at a price that would have been impossible during the height of the market bubble. This shift signals a broader transformation in the used truck market, where once stable prices are now far more unpredictable today. Speaking of oversupply, the next truck on this countdown demonstrates that an overwhelming inventory can crush values even faster, proving that no fan favorite is safe when the market becomes saturated. GMC Sierra 1500 SLE. What makes this entry stand out is how a truck designed to project refinement, confidence, and subtle luxury has unexpectedly fallen into the pricing territory once reserved for modest work trims. The GMC Sierra 1500 SLE has always occupied a unique space, offering buyers a noticeable step above its corporate twin without demanding the kind of financial commitment associated with full luxury editions. That delicate balance created a long-running reputation for value, but the recent market downturn has transformed the SLE into something even more compelling, a near-premium pickup available for the cost of a budget choice. For years, shoppers who wanted something nicer than a basic truck, but did not want to leap into Denali-level payments, gravitated to the SLE. It borrowed just enough visual polish, cabin comfort, and upscale character from the higher trims to feel special, while still maintaining the practicality expected today. The interior materials, quietness, and technology features consistently positioned it above the competition in its price bracket. Yet none of those strengths have protected it from the wave of depreciation sweeping through the truck market today. The correction in pricing has hit the GMC brand. Dealers across the country are holding far more used Sierra SLE trucks than they can comfortably manage, and each month of aging inventory pushes them to discount more aggressively. Some retailers are reducing prices by many thousands of dollars simply to create space for newer arrivals. This drastic repositioning has turned the SLE into one of the most undervalued models in the current half-ton market, offering a blend of refinement and capability that feels disproportionate to its new, sharply reduced pricing. Buyers who once assumed a truck with this level of polish was out of reach are finding themselves able to bring one home without stretching their finances or sacrificing essential features. But while the Sierra continues to slide with quiet consistency, the next truck in this countdown is losing ground with far more speed. Ford Ranger XLT. Stepping into this chapter means stepping into one of the most dramatic price swings in the mid-size pickup world. The Ford Ranger XLT, once celebrated as the revived contender that finally brought Ford back into the smaller truck arena, has seen its values shift faster than almost any other truck in its class. When the Ranger returned to the market, buyers immediately gravitated toward the XLT trim because it captured the ideal middle ground. Practical features, respectable comfort, and capability that felt impressive for its size. It appealed to everyone from tradespeople to weekend travelers, striking a balance that made it both approachable and highly useful. From the moment Ford relaunched the Ranger, the XLT earned praise for its fuel-efficient turbocharged four-cylinder engine, its confident towing behavior, and its ability to bridge the gap between weekday commuting and weekend hauling. Drivers appreciated how it maneuvered like a compact vehicle while working like something much more substantial. But as the newest generation of Ranger models rolled into showrooms with updated interiors, fresh technology, and eye-catching incentives designed to spark sales, the older XLT trucks were pushed abruptly into bargain-level pricing. Dealers eager to make space for incoming models began lowering prices at a pace that caught both shoppers and owners off guard. The result is a market where previously expensive used Rangers now compete directly with compact car budgets, creating an opportunity window that rarely appears in this segment. This downward slide has opened the door for buyers who want full-size capability at a price that resembles compact truck affordability. The Ranger XLT, equipped properly, can tow loads that once required a larger frame, making it a practical option for campers, homeowners, and weekend adventurers who want flexibility without overspending. With used prices dropping sharply due to competition, market corrections, and widespread incentives on brand new models, the XLT has become one of the most compelling values in the midsize category. This shift is creating opportunities buyers never imagined before. And speaking of midsize bargains, the next truck on this list may deliver the biggest shock yet: Chevrolet Colorado Z71. There is something uniquely compelling about the Chevrolet Colorado Z71 rising to the spotlight right now, especially because its reputation once protected it from the kind of price swings that affect more ordinary midsize pickups. This trim built a legacy on blending everyday practicality with genuine off-road capability, giving drivers a rugged tool that did not require the financial leap associated with the top-tier ZR2 edition. For years, the Z71 commanded steady demand because it brought skid plates, upgraded shocks, all-terrain tires, and a confident stance together in a package that felt tough, composed, and ready for adventure without feeling unattainable. When the newer generation of the Colorado arrived with redesigned cabins, advanced technology, and attention-grabbing incentives to clear dealer lots, the older models suddenly faced a dramatic shift in perceived value. Trucks that once held their ground in pricing saw their numbers tumble as competition increased and inventory stacked up. Dealers eager to move aging stock had no choice but to drop prices again and again, transforming the Z71 into one of the most surprising bargains in the entire midsize market. Shoppers who once admired the trim from a distance due to cost are now discovering clean, low-mileage examples, listed for amounts that would have been unimaginable only a short time ago. The appeal of the Z71 has not faded. It still offers a suspension tuned for real-world dirt and gravel travel, an interior comfortable enough for long commutes, and powertrains known for stability and respectable endurance. The truck continues to deliver the balance between daily driving comfort and weekend-ready capability that made it so popular in the first place. Yet the broader market correction has pushed it into a new category entirely, the rare opportunity where a respected off-road leaning pickup becomes widely accessible to ordinary buyers. But while mid-sized trucks are softening, the next full-size model in this countdown is sliding even faster, revealing just how turbulent the truck market has become. These rapid changes show how far prices can fall when supply overwhelms long-standing demand forces today. Before we head into the final stretch of this countdown, now is the perfect time to subscribe. The market is changing fast, and every update matters. Subscribing ensures you stay ahead of the deals others overlook, without realizing what they missed. Ram 1500 Tradesman. In a market overflowing with shifting prices, dramatic resets, and unpredictable resale corrections, the Ram 1500 Tradesman has emerged as one of the most revealing examples of how rapidly values can collapse when supply overwhelms demand. This trim level has always been respected for its simplicity, durability, and purpose-built attitude, appealing to drivers who prefer straightforward function over decorative features. It was never designed to impress with luxury, yet it consistently earned appreciation for starting reliably, carrying heavy loads without hesitation, and standing up to long work weeks on job sites across the country. That rugged identity once helped it maintain stable pricing, but the current correction has pushed it into a pricing tier that many buyers never expected to see. Part of the dramatic shift comes from the unusual production wave that rolled out during the years of high demand, when fleets, contractors, and commercial buyers ordered these trucks in massive numbers. As those same units cycle back into the market simultaneously, dealers are receiving far more Tradesman models than they can comfortably store or move. Every new truck that arrives forces another round of markdowns, gradually pulling prices farther below the levels that used to be considered normal. Now clean and capable Tradesman models that once sat confidently in the upper used truck ranges are being offered at amounts that feel closer to the compact vehicle segment than the full-size one. Despite the steep decline, the qualities that made the Tradesman dependable remain firmly intact and continue to resonate with practical-minded drivers. The truck still offers a stout frame, a practical interior design built for daily wear, and powertrains that deliver consistent strength without unnecessary complexity or fragile technology. Buyers who value durability over prestige are finding themselves in a remarkable position, able to purchase a genuinely hardworking, full-size pickup at a cost that would have been unthinkable only a few short years ago. The Tradesman has shifted from a straightforward work necessity into one of the clearest, most undeniable examples of how the larger truck bubble has finally burst for everyone. And if this dramatic slide seems surprising, the next entry reveals a sharper example of how values can crumble when the market shifts. GMC Canyon Elevation. Something remarkable is happening with the GMC Canyon Elevation, and its sudden rise in affordability has turned the midsize segment upside down. What was once viewed as a stylish, well-balanced option for buyers wanting comfort without luxury tier expenses has shifted dramatically now that the newest redesign has reset expectations across the entire market. The Canyon in Elevation form always carried a sense of understated refinement, offering cleaner exterior lines, upgraded cabin materials, and a confident road feel that placed it above budget-focused trims, while remaining far more attainable than the Denali or the all-terrain 4 editions. Owners valued its ability to blend real-world usefulness with a sense of everyday polish, making it one of the more appealing choices for drivers who needed mid-size proportions without sacrificing comfort. However, the arrival of the updated generation came with aggressive manufacturer incentives, eye-catching promotional pricing, and a flood of marketing energy designed to push buyers toward the newest models immediately. This wave of attention had an unintended consequence. older elevation trucks were suddenly perceived as overpriced, even when they remained mechanically strong and visually modern. Dealers holding inventory from the years before the redesign faced mounting pressure to move their units quickly, and both retailers and private sellers reacted by cutting prices deeper and faster than anyone expected. Listings that once commanded confident mid-size truck pricing began dropping into territory that would have been dismissed as unrealistic only a short time earlier. The true appeal of the previous generation Elevation has not disappeared, nor has its reputation for delivering balanced capability to a wide range of drivers. The trucks still provide dependable performance, comfortable daily driving characteristics, and a design language that remains attractive and modern even by current standards. Yet, their resale values have dipped so sharply that they now stand out as one of the most surprising bargains available among mid-size offerings from a major domestic manufacturer. Buyers seeking capability, refinement, approachable ownership costs, and long-term usability are discovering that the Canyon Elevation offers far more overall value, practicality, and everyday usefulness than its newly reduced price might initially suggest. Still, none of these declines compare to what is happening with the next truck on this countdown, because its resale value collapsed almost instantly after the market shifted for many buyers: Nissan Titan SV. Among the most dramatic stories in the full-size pickup world, the Nissan Titan SV stands out because its shift in value reveals how quickly a truck can fall from steady respect to unexpected affordability when the market changes direction. For years, the Titan occupied a unique place in the segment. It was never the dominant force that the Detroit manufacturers produced, yet it earned a loyal following among drivers who appreciated its straightforward power, confident highway manners, and the reassuring strength of its naturally aspirated 8-cylinder engine. Owners often described it as the dependable outsider different from the mainstream, but capable enough to compete with any rival when real work needed to be done. The turning point arrived when Nissan reduced its long-term commitment to the Titan lineup, scaling back production and signaling a shift in strategy that caught many shoppers and dealers by surprise. With fewer new units promoted and fewer marketing resources pushing the nameplate forward, retailers began to pivot toward alternative models that promised more predictable sales volume. As attention moved elsewhere, used Titan SV trucks began stacking up on lots nationwide. The oversupply created a rapid and steep decline in pricing, pushing values far below those of similarly equipped competitors from established domestic brands. Even with the market pressure, the strengths of the Titan SV remain unchanged. It still delivers a strong 8-cylinder engine, a comfortable cabin layout, towing confidence, suitable for family trailers or work demands, and long-term durability proven by thousands of high-mile examples still running smoothly. Yet its resale value has settled into a range that makes it one of the most accessible full-size trucks available. Buyers who once dismissed the Titan due to brand preference or higher prior pricing are now acting quickly, recognizing that clean, low-mileage examples can be purchased for amounts that feel closer to mid-size truck territory than traditional full-size pricing. But even with this dramatic correction, the Titan cannot match the final truck's astonishing collapse, because that model's value dropped at a speed that stunned buyers, dealers, and analysts alike. Its rapid decline remains unmatched in today's market. Chevrolet Silverado. In the shifting landscape of heavy-duty pickups, this model has undergone an extraordinary transformation. Once viewed as a cornerstone of premium strength, it now represents a striking opportunity for everyday buyers. The Silverado's reputation for relentless towing capability made it a favorite among contractors and long-distance haulers alike. Drivers trusted its robust engines, dependable transmissions, and confident road manners even when heavily loaded. For years, this truck commanded exceptional resale strength because few alternatives offered comparable durability and muscle. However, a perfect storm of market forces reshaped its value far more quickly than analysts expected. Rising diesel fuel costs changed ownership calculations, pushing buyers toward less expensive powertrain options. Simultaneously, newer heavy-duty models arrived with refined cabins, advanced technology, and stronger visual appeal. Those upgrades made older versions appear dated, even though their mechanical reliability remained firmly intact. Dealers facing rising inventory levels began reducing prices significantly to keep vehicles moving off crowded lots. Large numbers of trade-ins also returned to the market, accelerating the downward slide in values. As pricing continued dropping, shoppers realized they could finally access heavy-duty capability without financial strain. For many families, this shift transformed the Silverado from an aspirational purchase into a practical possibility. Drivers who once dismissed the model due to high ownership costs are now reconsidering its advantages with a renewed sense of practicality and long-term value. Its proven engines, rugged frames, and consistent towing strength continue serving reliably despite the broader market shift and the growing pressure from newer competitors. Even with prices falling, the truck's underlying engineering remains respected by long-term owners, experienced mechanics, and industry analysts who recognize its durability. What was once seen as an expensive commitment is now viewed as a rare opportunity to secure dependable heavy-duty performance without compromise. A trusted choice for demanding work tasks. Buyers searching for genuine heavy-duty muscle at everyday budgets now find opportunities that once seemed impossible. Clean used examples are appearing at prices far below prior expectations, surprising even seasoned truck enthusiasts. This shift underscores how dramatically the broader truck market has adjusted after years of inflated demand. Few heavy-duty models offer this level of proven capability at such unexpectedly accessible pricing today. And that brings our countdown to a close, proving the truck market did not simply cool, but cracked wide open. These shifts reveal a rapid reset across the entire segment. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe so you never miss the next market shift. The truck world is changing fast, and staying ahead of it gives you the advantage every other buyer wishes they had. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.